Alright guys, I got a couple more for you. I wasn't expecting to get these out that fast, but some people had asked me about it, and I done, some research on it and found what I could find out. Also had a viewer send me an email in, said that he had found my other page. Yes, I do have another page. It's a outdoors page. I do it with my family. He thought that I should tell you all about it. He found it interesting, said it gave him more insight into kind of what the countryside is around here, what the lake looks like, the woods and everything, and he said it kind of helped him understand kind of what I'm talking about when I talk about these stories. So if y'all are interested in helping us over at that other page, I'll put the link in the description. We would greatly appreciate that too. That would help our channel grow and make my little one happy. He's really excited about that channel, and his little nephew's in it a lot with us, so it'd make them happy too. But like I said, I'll put the link in the description. We're going to start out about a case that happened in Newport, Tennessee, Cott County. I want to start out by saying this attack also happened on a waning gibbous moon. The illumination of one of those is approximately 81%. It can be 10% either way, so pretty much a full moon. This attack happened April 1st. There was an attack on a Tony Aarons. He died from multiple animal-induced injuries, according to an autopsy report from the Knox County Regional Forensic Center. The report could not determine how many animals nor what type of animal caused his death. It's listed as a fatal attack by unknown animal. Aarons was found unresponsive. He was in his neighbor's yard by the homeowner near Jimtown Road on April 1st. He was rushed to the Newport Medical Center by ambulance, where he was then pronounced dead. At the scene, scattered clothing, paw marks, no size was specified or shown in the police report. Blood on the ground was consistent with an attack of unknown animal. Toxicology reports, Aarons had amphetamine and methamphetamine in his system. In his bloodstream, Aarons was partially devoured by an animal. He had large lacerations across his entire body. Flesh was missing from the left arm. Other parts of the body looked like he had been fed on. Now, sounds really familiar to the case we looked at Miss Hamilton. Remember, she was found in the ditch, half consumed by an unknown animal. And again, we talked about canines consuming people, and experts, canine experts, canine raisers, everybody. It's not consistent with a canine to consume a human unless the canine has been locked in, say, a trailer with somebody that's died. It's been weeks upon weeks he hasn't ate. I'm sure he might, but people in the movie Alive, they ate each other's butts too. So I mean, you'll eat anything whenever you get to a certain point, but it's not their choice. Another thing kind of bothers me about this is they always want to throw in he was high on methamphetamine and amphetamines. For my job, this is steering you away from what they're not wanting you to look at. That's what I think. Because I don't believe that has anything to do with his death. It doesn't have anything to do with the creature that attacked him. And to me, it doesn't have any grounds in this case. I think it's thrown out there to make you kind of look the other way, or to say, oh, he was a bad guy. To me, I don't think it should have been added in there. I don't think it's important in this case. But anyways, some of you may disagree, and that's fine. I mean, we're not all going to agree on the same thing. I just think that it's a smoke screen, like a lot of these are. Anyways, the sheriff stated that there was no proof and no apparent evidence of dogs being present in the case. The dogs were apprehended, and feces was collected along with DNA, all tested negative. Dogs did not have no DNA from him. He was not in their stomachs. So he was devoured. Pretty much rules out dogs. And you'll see why we're talking about these dogs in a second. We move on now to the second case, and this is in the same area, same township, same sheriff's department and everything. Her name is Amber Miller. She was 29 years old. She was attacked, brutally attacked. This happened on a waning crescent. It's approximately 10% illumination. It can be 10% either way. So really, not a lot of light. So this doesn't fall with the full moon theory. But I want to keep track of that. Kind of trying to find something on that. But the first thing they throw in there again on her, she's attacked and she's brutally killed by an unknown animal. And the first thing they say is, Amber Miller was charged with 3 counts of child abuse, neglect. What does this have to do with her death? I don't understand. It's like they're trying to damn the victims and make them look guilty of what happened to them. And I don't believe that's right. That bothers me. I don't believe it's good investigative work. You know, these are people that lost their lives. Regardless of what they've done in their past, they have family. And I don't believe it's relative or pertinent to the case. I think it's another smoke screen to make people look the other way, to say, well, they were bad people, it doesn't really matter. It bothers me. But anyways, I'll move on, I'll get off that. One of Amber's family members stated that the doctor said her attack was very similar to Mr. Aaron's attack. Amber had so many wounds across her body. Remember, Aaron did too. Wounds all across the body. The doctors could not count them all. They worked 6 to 8 hours a day on her, trying to cover all the wounds across her body. And then the 2 major wounds that she had, her right and left arm were barely attached. They were almost ripped off. They said the doctor even stated her right and left arm were barely attached. In fact, they thought they might come off. Okay? That's terrible. The FBI was called in on this one. They served a search warrant on July 28, 2021 on a Charles Owenby. He's 51 years old. He was arrested and his dogs were seized and DNA taken from the dogs along with fecal matter excuse me, for lab testing. An aggressive dog was at the scene but was on the porch of his house. That dog was also taken into custody, and they also found a dead dog that had been buried out back that was dug up, DNA and stomach contents taken from that dog to be tested for DNA analysis. Charles's wife, see, here's another thing. This is what they're doing. They go into the man they just arrested that supposedly has these dogs, that supposedly killed these 2 people, and the first thing they start talking about, his ex-wife accidentally shot a guy, and she works as a pharmacist, and it was ruled by the police department as an accidental shooting. He's been in trouble with the law also, and has drug charges. And they go into their background about things that it doesn't have anything to do with an animal attacking anybody. But anyways, it's a smoke screen. I know what they're trying to do. I've worked there. I know what they're doing, and it bothers me. But it bothers me. But anyways, let's look at the facts. The dogs were all taken. They were confiscated. DNA took from all dogs again. Fecal matter tested. Blood tested. Swabbed. DNA took. Was all processed by the FBI this time and by a forensic lab. Negative. No human DNA. Nothing in the stomach contents, nothing on their mouth, nothing in their mouth, nothing anywhere. Sheriff's Department last announcement. This is their conclusion of both deaths. This is both deaths. We do not know the type of animal involved in this case. It is still a very open case. People in this area should remain vigilant and careful, for there is an unknown animal in this area that has shown to cause fatal attacks. No charges will be filed. They didn't file charges on Charles Owenby. He was released because the dogs hadn't done anything. No charges were filed on Mr. Owensby. At this time, the Wildlife Department has investigated the area. The Wildlife Department did conclude that they found 2 footprints that did not match anything in the database, were canine in nature, but a lot larger than any canine feet print ever recorded. Say that again. 2 canine feet print were found that were not on file and larger than any 2 canine feet print ever found. Bipedal. A warden stated it had to be bipedal as there were no forward tracks ahead of rear tracks. The rear tracks were deep into the mud, as this supporting the whole weight of a large animal. The Sheriff's Department has been contacted numerous other times by other news outlets, other agencies, and by the family, and at this time will give no comment and say the case remains open and they cannot give comment on the case or the nature of the case because it may damage the case. There you go, guys. Cover up at its best, right? It's my opinion. Everything in this is based on my opinion. I read you the facts. I'm going to let y'all come to a conclusion on this one. It's crazy. It bothers me. I know what they're trying to do. They probably know what done this. That's my guess. But they're like us. They're not able to catch it, find it, or anything. And maybe, I don't know. It's sad. Condolences to the families. I'm sorry this happened to you guys. I hope you do get answers. Keep digging, keep pushing. That's all you can do. There is private investigators. I know they're expensive. But do everything you can do, and maybe, you know, maybe somebody around your area investigates these things and they'll come and do it for you all for free, you know, and try to help you out. If I was close, I would. But prayers to the family. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to check out my other channel, don't forget the link to my other channels in the description. Also, there is the gentleman that found Miss Miller. He gave his statement on Twitter. I put the link that you can find him on my Facebook page, Abnormal Investigations. So if you want to, you can go over there and listen to what he had to say. He gives a pretty descriptive encounter of what he's seen when he showed up. And he also will tell you that the dogs at the scene, which belonged to Mr. Owensby, no charges were pressed against it, no DNA was found, nothing found in the fecal matter, that the dogs were not violent. So I think you should go over and take a look at it. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all watching. Be careful when you're in the woods. Be aware. Keep your head on a swivel. Until next time, guys, be safe.